Good morning. Today is Monday, April 27th. Dad joke of the day. Did you hear about the guy who invented a knock knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. All right, our skill that we're working on this week, it's a little bit of a blast from the past. It is I can analyze word choice on the impact of a text, and that's going to be reading literature 8.4. I'm going to go over here. This is some documents that I used during the school year to help build our anchor chart. So the purpose of the mood is the feeling or atmosphere the writer creates for the reader. And if you remember, we read some things like The House of Dies Drear, and we talked about how if it's gloomy, rain clouds, that makes you feel a certain way. So we're going to be taking a look at that again this week. So analyze the impact of the author's word choice on the mood of a narrative text. So, by the way, pay attention to this part because it will have something to do with your exit slip. To analyze the impact of the author's word choice on the mood of a text, we're going to do four things. First, we look at the words used to describe the setting. And if you remember, I was very big on talking about explicit word choice. It's very specific, and it's used to make you guys feel a certain way. Two, you're going to look at the description that appeal to the senses. Is it talking about something you smell? Is it something you see? Are you hearing something? The texture of something the character is touching. That all goes with the senses. 3 and 4 are pretty big too. You're going to have to pay attention to conversations, also known as dialogue, between characters, and then ask yourself, what mood does these words create as I read them? Now, with 3, when you're paying attention to those conversations, pay close attention to how other characters might react. Now, if you're in everyone's head, you might be also paying attention to, well, how did this character respond? What is their stream of consciousness, which is what are things they're thinking that you might see? If the text provides that, you're going to have to pay attention to that. So that's what we're working on, and you are going to be using the story See If I Care. You're going to have this nice little audio feature. If you read it, it should only take you about 7.5 minutes. And then you have the question set. Now, I have been very specific that I just want you to read complete questions 1 through 7. All right. Let's see. Something happened with that. All right, but there's questions 1 through 7, and they will go with what happens and how the author feels. Another thing I wanted to show you. Make sure you are doing your following the announcement. So it's daily sign in and do read works questions 1 through 7 in the exit slip. And these are our separate assignments. When you go to the class stream, for those of you not in 8A, this is 8A's class stream. You can go to classwork and find everything we've been working on. In fact, I'm labeling everything this week under 427 because it's a week of 427. Also, for those of you in 8A, not that I'm going to knock Mr. Colding, I'm not trying to. This is a separate class. This has nothing to do with language arts. This is Mr. Colding's class. If you have questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll definitely direct them to Mr. Colding. But this, as some of you have been asking me, this has nothing to do with your language arts grade. I had an interesting conversation where someone asked a question. He said, "Hey, Mr. Elliott, I didn't realize how much work I was missing until I looked at my Google Drive." I'll be talking to Miss Ahmad about that to find out what's going on with that. If you're having problems seeing the assignments, and guys, I post assignments every day throughout the week, except on the weekend. Please ask, because there might be some tech issues that you guys are having. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. So remind you, you got the daily sign-in, you're going to have ReadWorks, and you're going to have the exit slip. Guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We are going to have a special guest in the classroom. Miss Smith will be doing our book talk tomorrow, and it's actually one of my favorite stories. Guys, be strong, be safe, and have a good day.